Hello and welcome to Terror Talk on the Terror Express. I'm here again with our old friend and co-host Vanessa Ionta Wright, and also joining us is returning Serra. We are going to be talking about Evil Dead Rise as well as the rest of the Evil Dead franchise.
Everybody here dies by dawn, Dad.
Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn!
Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn!
Hello and how are you? Welcome back to, well, actually, Vanessa, this is your first time on Terror Talk on the Terror Express. How are you?
I know, I haven't done the Terror Talk yet.
Yeah, well, welcome to it.
I love it. I like just sitting down and shooting the shit about movies that we love.
Me too, same here, and that's the whole purpose of Terror Talk. So
Yeah.
let's get started and talk about the Evil Dead franchise.
Let's do it. I still need to see the new Evil Dead. I haven't seen it yet. And I want to watch it in my basement screening room now that I've
Well,
got
here
that
you
all
go. This is my
set
take
up.
on Evil Dead without spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as gruesome and raw as the 2013 one.
Mm-hmm.
The characters to me aren't as individualized. It seems like they're more together.
Okay.
Even in the prior Evil Dead movies, it's I felt like they were individual characters. Maybe you'll understand what I'm saying more after you watch it. And then the last thing I didn't like was the use of the CGI, because Evil Dead movies have been famous for practical.
Yeah, and
There's CG in this one.
Okay, so I subscribed finally to Fangoria, and I had gotten the special Evil Dead issue, and I was reading about it, and the thing that I found kind of interesting was that they used like over, I want to say it was like 1,600 liters of practical blood.
Oh yeah, they did. There's a lot of practical in it, but they married it.
My thought is like, if you're going that far and using so much anyway, like, I mean, was it used as filler? Was it not looking like, why? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're already committing and going that far with it, why not just get...
There were two scenes, and again, without spoilers, I'll tell you the scenes without letting you know exactly until you see it, then you'll know. There's a scene where one of the deadites is laying on the ground. She had just been impaled with something. I won't tell you what or where, but the blood that's pooling around her, the way it's moving on the carpet, you can tell it's CGI. That bothered me. And then another scene, there's a nice, pretty scene with a pair of scissors that when the scissors are removed, the blood pouring out is really bad CGI. And there was a third CGI scene too. I can't remember.
I heard there's a cheese grater on a leg that everyone seems to be afraid. That's the thing that Emma freaked out about.
Yes, and that was practical. That looked good. Yeah, that was good.
Rick, did you feel the same way about this? Like, what did you think?
I mean, I couldn't really tell a lot of the stuff. I wasn't really looking for it, so I couldn't really. I thought the cheese grater scene isn't even bad. No,
I think they had grated the leg 2 or 3 more times than they had. It was just one swipe. But when she pulls the cheese grater up, look for the pieces of skin hanging down. That's really cool. that was cool.
Nice.
It was alright. I mean,
nice. I tell you, who loves it is Christopher G. Moore. He has gone bananas over it. Granted, he is a diehard Evil Dead fan.
The 2013 version is still my all-time favorite with Jane Levy. That's my favorite one.
I liked it too. I thought it was good. Like, I went into it not at all like, I didn't look at it like a remake or like a new, like, I was just like, this is its own thing. It's just within the universe. Like, because, I think a lot of people, I did read some stuff where people were like, oh, why would you touch this? Why would you do? And I'm like, this has nothing to do with the original. The original is groundbreaking. It is great. It is everything it needs to be. This is a new generation. This is just another within that universe.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a great job with it.
And I do like the fact that they kept the stories completely separate from the 2013 and the new one. And it gives room to where they could do a whole...
It feels like its own thing.
Another movie. Right. It's just the Necronomicon. And if you watch Army of Darkness, when he stumbles upon in that moment where
I reveal something. I know you're recording this. Don't use this against me. I've never seen Army of Darkness.
It's my least favorite. It's my least favorite, but
not for any particular reason. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, it's so goofy.
But I feel like if I admit that publicly, I might lose some friends.
No, it's like Three Stooges slapstick.
Yeah, you know me. I enjoy the absurd.
Yeah, well, you'd probably like Army of Darkness then. It's very slapstick. It's you watch it and you think, wow, this is in the same universe as Evil Dead,
Well,
the new
you
one.
know, the first one was scary. And the
Yes,
first one, I felt like they played it straight. Like that was a horror
yes,
movie.
and
Now,
that's how the
granted,
13 one did.
because of when it was made, you watch it now and it's a little goofy and it might seem
Yeah,
a little silly, but like that
they
was
did.
not the initial take and that was
Right.
not how people responded. Evil Dead 2, they leaned into the comedy and I think
Yeah,
they realized like, oh, we might have something here. And
yeah, and then
clearly they did.
They even took the comedy and made that the front burner, and the horror in part 3 is I don't think the horror even exists.
Because the
Or like a
2013 and Evil Dead Rise are very much horror.
straightforward. Yes, there's no comedy slapstick in it. Now there is, if you watch Army of Darkness, there's a scene in a graveyard where Bruce Campbell does a Three Stooges skit. I mean, literally with skeletons, hands coming out of the grave, and they're doing that, and the little poke in the eyes and stuff.
Yes.
And then in the Evil Dead Rise, the first time you're introduced to the character of Danny, look behind him, and he's in his room spinning records, and there's a Three Stooges poster behind him, which I think is a reference to Army of Darkness, that scene in the graveyard with Bruce
Well,
Campbell.
and it's got to be such a huge nod to just Sam Raimi in general, because obviously he's a huge Three Stooges fan. I mean,
Yeah.
even so much that it's because of Evil Dead that they had come up with the term shumps.
Yes.
Because
it wasn't Curly. I mean,
right.
That's not huge as the.
But like they had so many people playing the same people that like they, you know what I mean? And they're big, the whole the whole thing with the Stooges when Shemp came in to kind of replace. And so, yeah, like that. And that's become like a crazy industry term now.
And I think if you look at,
like, he's a Shemp.
If you look at Dead by Dawn in the credits, I believe it even says Shemp with credit given.
They're all credited.
Yeah.
It's that way in the original.
Okay, I haven't noticed the Shemp in the original.
You'll see. I think Ted Raimi was a Shemp.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us, Rick and Vanessa, and look forward to talking to you both some more. Have a great evening. And
yes, stay evil.
You too.